Now to your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes.
Hundreds of people gathered outside the state capitol tonight in memory and solidarity for those who have fought and stood for Ukraine. It's been exactly 1 year since Russia invaded Ukraine. Tens of thousands of soldiers have died from both countries, along with at least 8,000 civilians.
Today, President Joe Biden pledged $2.5 billion in aid for Ukraine, despite a new poll that shows some Americans' support for the war is fading since last year. Biden also met with G7 leaders and the Ukrainian president virtually.
A woman was arrested in Minnesota today. Stockton police say she's suspected of starting a deadly fire back in January. The fire killed a 63-year-old woman and sent a 60-year-old man and a 2-year-old boy to the hospital.
2 men have been arrested after Sacramento police say they followed a 71-year-old woman home from a casino and then assaulted and robbed her. It happened back on January 3rd in the Vintage Park neighborhood. Detectives also say a third suspect waited in a nearby getaway car.
8 people are in custody tonight after a narcotics warrant search at a home in Chico. Police say they served a warrant at the same address back in November. Of those arrested, almost all of them were charged for possession of meth, heroin, or fentanyl. One man was charged with maintaining a residence for drug sales.
One person is dead and a UC Davis officer was taken to the hospital with minor injuries after a chase ended in a crash last night. The officer attempted to pull over a car that was reported stolen in that evening. The driver took off, starting a chase that ended when the driver crashed into a concrete median. The car burst into flames and the driver died from their injuries. The driver is not thought to be associated with the university.
Police in Fairfield are warning people about a rental scam using Zillow properties. At least 2 people wired more than $3,000 to a scammer, attempted to rent a property just to find out they were speaking with the landlord. They're reminding people to make sure there's a lease before you send anyone any money and make sure you meet your landlord for an in-person tour.
Highway 50 was closed today because of this truck fire. Caltrans says the truck has been cleared and that no one was injured.
In Southern California, this is near the Burbank Airport in North Hollywood. Southern California is seeing heavy rain from the storm system and even light snow in some places.
And the Bay Area getting measurable snow, enough to make roads slick, especially on the hills. These images are from the East Bay. Thousands still without power after storms brought high winds to the Bay this week.
Those are your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes.